Welcome back, Pretty and Pride listeners. This week, I am recapping my Kentucky trip. No diversity, layovers, paper straws, and just not great vibes. Ken and I also get into our very specific standards for life's small details, from wedge salads to wine glasses, and why saying what we want matters. Plus, we break down our aggressively West Coast accents, which I'm sure you're able to pick up on, and our ruthlessly loving family dynamic, where nothing is ever forgotten and no one is ever safe. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay. I don't fear no man, but I'ma still put 60 in this Drake. Set it off like Queen Latifah, nigga playing with my cake. Split the bag up with my brother, 50-50 what we made. I can't let no nigga eat that ain't contribute to this plate. Run it up, I just need...
Hey now, don't dream it's over. What up, young bloods? It's your girl, Kiki. No, we don't like that intro.
I love it. Go with it. Go with it.
Or Crips, if you will. Okay. Welcome back,
Or
pretties.
non-denominationals.
Non-secular or secular. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hey, welcome back. I don't know what's wrong. You gotta kick us off.
Welcome back, pretties. I'm your host, Ken.
And I'm your host, Kiki.
And we're back in the stew.
Back at it again, baby.
Another week survived.
Barely.
Unfortunately.
Barely. You know, I'm going to kick it off talking about my trip to Kentucky.
I see you're wearing your...
I'm wearing my classic airport shirt. I don't know if we said it before, but every time I go to a new city, I buy a shirt from the airport of that state, that city, or whatever. I used to double tap that and get you one too. Mm-hmm. And then you complained one day, I have so many shirts in my closet of all these random cities. Oh, okay. Sorry, I think about you and I know you want a twin. The time I bought one shirt, you said, where's mine? I take it very literally. I show up, I do what I'm supposed to do, and then 2 years later, I get a complaint about it. Like I need to be dropping double dough for something you don't even want. So anyways, yes, I'm wearing my airport shirt. And boy, oh boy.
Tell us about the trip.
Ever since I get back, people are like, how was your work trip? And I'm like, awful. It really wasn't that bad conceptually or being there. But it was, well, first of all, no one's going to Kentucky. So I had a layover. That was all right. I gave up my Sunday. I had to fly out like 8 a.m. Sunday. And then you're always stressed about the layover situation. You're like, you don't want to be a layover for 4 hours stuck in an airport, but you also don't want to be 1 hour and then the plane takes off late and then, you know, you're stressed for time. So I was really anxious going into it and trying to just be like, it's okay. Honestly, if you miss the plane, kind of a slay. You can go back home. And actually my layovers went well. All the planes landed early. I was taking my time. I land in Kentucky and surprise, first thing I noticed, because I thought, who wants to go to Kentucky? What's even there? I forgot. It was this bourbon city, baby. I was in Louisville, which I thought, that's Nowheresville. No, it's actually the main part of Kentucky. It's like the biggest population of the city there. So I was like, oh, actually there's a lot going on. Their airport is called Muhammad Ali International. Oh. Surprising. Celebrating a man of color. I didn't see that coming. And there's so many small things that make me happy. Like after a long day of travel, you know when we got into Paris and then it's like we're 45 minutes to an hour to the hotel and it's like I've been traveling all day. I just want to be at the hotel and not, you know, so this was 10 minutes from the airport. I was like, thank God, because if I had to travel even further, I'm already miserable. Hotel was fine. And then, the work where our office in this state is located is kind of in the middle of nowhere. So like you can't really get Ubers out there. You can't really do anything. One day I decided to Uber eat some lunch because there's like, I didn't have a car to get around, even though there was a Waffle House right down the street and I'm so upset I didn't get a chance.
Can't believe you didn't do that.
I can't believe I didn't do that. Actually, my boss offered to drop me off at the Waffle House, but at that point, every time I ate lunch in Kentucky, I swear I almost had a heart attack. Like, so like my heart's palpitating, like real bad. I told you just before that my boss was like, should we go to the hospital? I was like, I'm not going to a hospital in Kentucky. Take me to a hotel. I'm going to go lay down. But every day I felt like this. Like, I was like, oh, my tummy.
Damn.
So we decided to skip lunch the last day finally because I need a salad. Anyways, one day I decided to Uber Eats food. food, Mexican food in Kentucky, crazy. And
so adventurous.
I was like, well, it's like you want to try Indian food in Paris, see what it's like,
That's a little different. Paris has people, international people.
That's true. That's true.
But you know what? If I've learned anything from watching Salt Lake City, places surprise you. So
They
I
do
have no
surprise
idea.
you.
Maybe Kentucky would be surprising.
There wasn't a lot of options too, So this place is right down the street. I thought absolutely there has to be one old fogey around here that's willing to Uber and get this food.
What'd you order?
I ordered carne asada tacos.
That's really how you want to go with that?
And rice and beans. And I ordered something for my boss too.
Okay, and how was it?
Well, first of all, there was no old fogey in town that was willing to Uber Eats. They drove in 30 minutes from Louisville to pick up this food.
Oh, damn.
And
Times must be tough.
Yeah, it was tough. I was hungry. And the Mexican food, it was okay. It was okay, yeah.
Okay.
Being from Southern California, does anything really compare?
No.
No. But I needed to try. It wasn't that bad. What else happened? Okay, so I had thought, we go to Texas. We have family in Texas. Texas is very diverse in terms of
Yes.
Black people and white people and others. All others in one category for no reason other than the purposes of this story.
You never feel alone.
You never feel alone.
And
You walk into a restaurant, there's all sorts.
And that's the experience too, right? Like anytime I'm entering a space, it's like I'm surveying what's going on. Who's
There's
around?
gotta be one other Black person in here. Come on.
We talked about this. We went to Denver and we were on the hunt for a Black person in Denver.
It's a week-long trip. I've seen 4 Black people this whole time. This place sucks.
It was wild. And we saw, this is the crazy part, we saw a Black person at a hockey game.
At the hockey game. And he was a local, and we asked
We asked
where are
him.
the Black people at? He said, oh, wrong city.
Not here.
Not here. Just the 3 of us.
But it's like we're in the downtown metro area. I think we had seen like a couple of Asian people, some Southeast Asian people. It was like, but we could not find a Black person anywhere. It took several days before we encountered one in the wild.
It was crazy.
It was uncomfortable. No.
Yeah,
Denver's
well, once
trash.
you notice, you can't unnotice. And so I guess I thought Kentucky would be similar to Texas. The weather system seemed pretty similar. I mean, I'm looking around, I'm like, they got the Kroger. I was like, this could be Dallas. There were almost no people of color in this entire main city of Kentucky, which is surprising. I associate the South with Black people.
I don't even know that I would, I know Kentucky is the South.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't even think of Kentucky. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. I
It's
actually
like-
think of only the Appalachian Mountains when I think of Kentucky. That's the only thing I think about.
It's like I get to Texas, Alabama, Louisiana,
I also barely think about
Tennessee.
Oklahoma,
I forget all all about Arkansas, Kansas, Nebraska.
Yeah.
There's a whole
That's
cluster
the
over
Midwest.
there that I just
Actually, I don't know
forgetting
what
about.
it is. Yes. Actually, this is such an offshoot, but Chicago is the Midwest, which I was like, I consider that East Coast in my head. I don't know why.
And Ohio, too.
Yeah. I'm like, I
Ohio
think
is
Chicago's-
the East Coast, but I consider it
That's
the Midwest.
the Midwest. You guys don't. Let me redo this for the whole entire
Let's
country.
just redesign this
Okay,
whole
hold
thing.
on. I got you.
And then Ohio is also containing some Southern roots to it somehow. I don't understand. Well, racism's the same.
Well, yeah, all across the country. So yes, I completely agree. But I thought it'd be Texas adjacent. I thought it'd feel like I was in Texas. No, it didn't. First of all, saw nary a very large a Ford 350 pickup truck. Where are all the? It's bigger in Texas trucks. And I noticed that.
What were they driving? Honda Accords?
I don't know. I saw their license plates. I didn't like the style. That's all I remember. I don't like it.
So they weren't driving pickup trucks.
No, they were driving mini SUVs, I think.
Okay. Like little crossovers?
Yeah.
RAV4s?
Yeah.
CRVs?
Yeah, Chevy
Okay.
Traverses and stuff. So, hold on, I'm losing my train of thought. Okay, so I thought it was going to be like Texas. No, there's no Black people in Kentucky, apparently. And we had gone to this Italian restaurant, it's like a work thing. And I was talking to one of the people I was with on the trip, and they were saying they used to live in Kentucky and they had to move because as a fellow person of color, they're like, it's really, there's no diversity here. And I was like, you're right. We are the only table of color in this restaurant. That's why when that white lady walked in, she almost fell over looking at us. I noticed, I was like, oh, wow, she looks so shocked. And I look around the restaurant, I'm like, oh yeah, they don't see this Black beauty in all day. So also at that Italian restaurant, I was just telling you and producer that we are very particular about things. Love a wedge salad, but I don't want to chop my own salad up. So anytime I go to a restaurant and order a wedge salad, I say, and can you chop it for me? Never a problem. But at this restaurant, the waiter's like, I don't know if we're allowed to do that. I'm at a work event, so I'm trying not to be, like a piece of shit back. Because I said, all right, well, if you're not allowed to do it, then skip the salad. So go ahead and find out. And if you can't do it, then I won't take the salad.
Which is a crazy thing. What do you mean? Do you not have knives back there?
The chefs can't. They can cut the wedge in half, but they can't take it a step or two further and just do two more. Make it a little easier for me to consume. All right, find out. And then I said, we can do it. I was like, great. Can you also actually toss it with the dressing, or is that a step too far? But yeah, overall, I ended up on the trip. Flew out coach. You guys. So, decided to upgrade on the way back for my layovers. It's part 2 layovers. That was nice. And I think the hardest part is, actually I can't say that because it's the time zone difference. But
you were also saying something interesting about how, despite the fact that you have these conceptions of Kentucky, they were doing paper straws.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to mention. So this is the South, they don't care about the environment.
No.
That, they don't care about anything, is what I thought.
Everything's a hoax.
Exactly. So I ordered room service, which, first of all, didn't come... There was no tray, cart pushed up, didn't deliver any water with it. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this crap is. They deliver it in a bag.
I was about to say, is it in a paper bag?
It was in a paper bag with my food in these recyclable containers. I said, okay, that's interesting. And then I'm like, why did I have a straw with this food? Anyways, I had noted, maybe I had gotten something else. And anyway, the point is...
Was it at Starbucks?
No, the Starbucks had the plastic straws. Oh, they get it. But maybe I had ordered a drink from downstairs or something, and they gave me a paper straw. Paper straw in Kentucky? What the hell's going on? So then they delivered my room service. They gave me those recyclable little forks and those wooden ones. I was like,
oh my God.
What is even happening right now? Is this, you're not even near the ocean. You're environmentally, you're taking it a step far, even from California. I texted you, I said, this ain't Phaedra, California. So I was shocked, honey, in tears almost. And also the Italian restaurant gave paper straws, so you know what I do. Every time I said, I need a new straw every time you refill my water, because I'm not getting that pulp in there. So now I'm actually destroying the environment 10 times over. Congratulations. So it was a very interesting experience. I am kind of stupid because as a whiskey bourbon gal, I don't know why I didn't connect it. Like, oh yeah, there's like distilleries over there. I walked off that plane. I was like, Maker's Mark. Oh, Buffalo Trace. Oh yeah, Kentucky bourbon. So maybe I could go to Kentucky again. Probably not. So yeah, that was my trip. I was glad to be back. It wasn't as bad as I make it seem when people ask about it, but I don't want to go back unless I have to.
Not somewhere that requires a layover. Personally, I like to fly direct everywhere, and if it's not a direct route, then I don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only direct route that flew, actually, I probably should say, was Frontier. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kiki don't do layovers, but Kiki has standards. So she had to choose between her.
That's actually 100% fair. I'm not flying Allegiant. Well, no, I have flown Allegiant. Allegiant wasn't actually as bad as I thought, but I've never been on a Spirit Airlines flight. I've never been on a Frontier. I would like to keep it that way. I'd like to keep it that way. I want that written on my headstone. She never had to degrade herself and fly some Spirit, okay? So, yeah. But that was the majority of my week. Oh, and then the last thing I'll say about this trip is, I've said this a million times before, I think the hardest part is you lose your weekend, you spend all this time, so you're behind on your work. And when you go on a lot of these work trips, it's not like you're like, okay, we solved the problem while we were there, and yay, now the rest of the week you don't have to do anything. It's like, no, you have a million to-dos, a million outcomes. So you're back, you're grinding, baby. Thursday, I'm back, I'm typing away all day. Mom's calling me, she's like, I need you to give me a ride to pick up my car. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to edit the podcast because that's due that day. I'm like, book club, I had to finish my book club book. I got it all done though. As you
not with do. Grace, but I did it anyways. So that was my week.
Okay. I feel like something I wanted to inject was about the paper straws, which is like a hill I continue to want to die on.
Yes.
Which is whenever we go back to California, specifically Disneyland, when we've made trips there, like when we encounter a place that has straws, actual plastic, biodegradable plastic now, straws, we end up hoarding those motherfuckers because as soon as I encounter a paper straw, I'm displeased. I just can't handle it.
A paper straw for a
much.
Trenta iced coffee is fucking diabolical. Like, what are we doing right now?
Just ridiculous. Speaking of which.
Ooh, oh.
Quick note, because I looked it up. Blue city in a red state.
I know. Well, yeah, actually, I think the governor of Kentucky is a Democrat.
Most cities are blue. Dallas, Houston.
But what are they really doing there?
That's paper straws. That's what they're doing.
I don't think that's helping the cause. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not the one throwing my straws in the ocean. So, whatever. I feel like, we just pick something and run with it. But, fine.
Yeah.
Paper straws, again, get me a new one every single time you refill my drink because I don't play like that. But yes, I agree. We do hoard them. I remember that was years ago in COVID when we went to Disneyland and we got Starbucks. I was like, you guys, look what I got. I stole some straws and put them in my backpack. Like the fucking Hamburglar.
Bitch, straw me, bitch. Straw me.
I was also thinking about when we go to Dallas and, we always want straws and Dad doesn't pick them up. I feel like we said that one time. And then the next time we were there, our stepmom calls and we're like, oh yeah, we didn't get straws. She's like, I don't know what's wrong with your father. Why can't he just get you some straws? I was like, oh, well, this time he did DoorDash it, but I appreciate you mad right now for caring so much and remembering what a big deal we make about small things and getting mad for us. Thanks, Ma. Love ya.
This is just reminding us, and me particularly, that like when it comes to my Starbucks, I'm actually quite a monster.
Yeah. You're actually a beastie. Like I told you, there's sometimes I go to places about many things. I'm like, look, we all just got lashings over her wrong coffee. Can you please make sure this poached egg on this Benedict, is it a classic Benedict, first of all? If it comes with not the Canadian bacon or the Canadian ham and it comes with something else and you're tricking me right now, I'm not getting yelled at for your, so tell me every ingredient, make sure the egg is poached perfectly. I'm not getting this. I'm not dealing with this today. I actually might have been slandering your name all over town. Like, look, this is for my sister. Okay?
You don't understand. She's quite a monster.
Please make it right. All right? I can't deal with it. So, yeah. But I feel like I've been talking to different people around about, I feel like I am a very particular person.
Yeah.
And I get treated, we're very similar in a lot of ways. I feel like people treat it like it's a ridiculousness, but it's like, I don't expect necessarily to be catered to, but I have standards and I feel like it makes me come off like a bitch, but I don't care. So like we have the thing where we always want new silverware.
Yes.
If we're eating something that doesn't, like I don't want my fork soaked in egg yolk and then I'm dipping it in my pancakes. And I can't stand when the waiter says, you want to keep your fork? No, I'm not licking it clean. Go ahead and get me a new one. What are we doing here? Don't even ask. Just get me a new one. But I feel like there's times where I'll go into like a bar and maybe I want a glass of wine, but I want a glass of wine in a nice wine glass because that's my vibe. If it's a disgusting wine glass, I actually don't want to drink wine. I'll just get something else. So I'll walk in and I say, before I order, can I see what kind of wine glasses you have? And I make them show me. And like, I know, I'm not complaining about the wine glass after I order it. I'm making sure that I don't complain.
Yeah.
And then recently at one of a place I frequent, I love an old fashioned, but I don't order them there because I didn't expect they'd be able to make them good. I'm talking, you go to like some of these expensive $16 for a drink bar. That's where I order an old fashioned. I don't go to a skanky and expect a good old fashioned. I order something else. So they made me old fashioned one time. So every time I'm anywhere, I say, you got Luxardo cherries. Of course they don't know the skate bar. They got maraschino. So, that's why I don't order them. What do you think they did? They special order me Luxardo cherries and how they're sitting under the bar and they say for Kiki only.
Wow.
Yes, for Kiki only. So, but hey, and then people make fun of me, but I'm like, you know what? Hey,
money can buy.
I say, they're like, I can't believe they did that. I was like, that's because you don't have standards. I have standards, so I get what I want. I make them known. And now look, I got special cherries.
Yeah, this is such an important thing that I feel discerns, or at least, helps me identify the differences. Some people are willing to let the world happen to them.
Yeah.
Right? And like they accept, and that's fine. There's peace in that for them. Like they don't fight against the world. Me, I don't want to fight against the world, but I do want to assert myself in the world.
Sure.
And so, this is what I want. I want to be able to vocalize that. I don't want to just accept that, like people are going to do what they want to me.
Yes.
I want to have some agency in that. And so I feel like this is a piece of that. I want my wedge salad to be chopped. I want new silverware with my food. I want to eat my savory before my sweet. So don't piss me off by bringing me out my pancakes before you bring out my eggs Benedict.
Yes.
So it's like, and at the end of the day, it's like, it's me being able to ask and know that about myself so that I don't have to be disappointed or irritated unnecessarily. So it's really just protecting my own peace by putting the request, putting the ask out there.
And I agree. I also think that like there's also the piece of it's like if you can't accommodate, that's fine. I make a different decision. But
Yes.
I'm not going to just accept the crap that you're serving me.
Yeah.
If you can't chop my wedge salad, fine. I don't want the salad then. That's I'm not going to throw a stink, but then I just don't want it. And that's how I move in the world. So, but yeah, people do. They're like, ooh. But even with the silverware thing.
Yeah.
If you don't bring me a new set of silverware, I still will wait to eat my pancakes, So like that's what I choose to do because that's how I want to live my life with my standards.
Yeah.
So
That's so funny about Dad and the straw because like he never forgets now. Like anytime we go visit,
because we're beasties. Dude, we complained about the lack of the straw all day long. Like all day long, every sip. I remember we had one straw and we're just rationing the use of the straw. I was like, okay, I take a sip, let me put it in your drink, you take a sip. And so after dealing with 8 hours of that, how could anyone forget a straw? Moving forward, like I can't sit through that again.
Brings it up all the time.
It reminds me of
Don't worry,
outside
I got
cake.
the straws.
It's like the outside cake situation. Like we just can't let dead dog lie. We're like, just keep talking about it, run it into the ground, so people don't make mistakes again.
We're so ridiculous.
We make sure people learn their lesson. Anyways, that was my week. What was up with you?
Not much for me this week. Similar to you insofar as crunch time and feeling like I got everything I needed to get done. So it made me feel accomplished, but it didn't feel good while doing it in a way.
Yeah.
Very similar week in that regard. But I actually decided to take Friday off. So that I could just, like, by the time Thursday came, I was like, you know what? I'm done for the week. I got everything I needed to get done. I want to just, like, have a Friday off. And that was very nice. I really enjoyed that.
Were you a bed bug?
No.
Oh, you like got other stuff done in your life on that Friday off?
Yeah, I, worked with my colleague on a different project. And it was actually really cool. So my colleague was out last week. And so while she was out, I was like, let me research this thing that we need to do. We have this project. I'm like, let me research on just like how we could execute the project. So what ended up happening, let me excuse myself here. Originally, the plan was we're going to work on this together. I was like, perfect. That's what I want us to do. We both need to learn this. So like, let's do it together. She was out for the week. I was like, let me just like research and see if I can troubleshoot a couple things that we were having trouble with. Figured that out, but then in figuring that out, I ended up in this conversation with the AI, okay? And now the AI gets you thinking about things that you weren't initially thinking about. By the time she gets back, I've practically fully launched this project entirely by myself. So I meet with her to catch her up, and she's flabbergasted. She's
I'm so
like,
proud of you.
I thought we wanted to do this. No, she was not
bad?
happy. She was not happy. I felt I was like, oh yeah, like I kind of fucked up. So
People are so interesting.
And you know what? Like, the truth is like when you're working on something like this with AI, you learn as you go.
Yeah.
Like anytime you're prompting AI, like it's kind of like you're kind of troubleshooting as you go. You're figuring things out. Whereas if you kind of had a better sense of all of the considerations you develop along the way, you can craft something much more comprehensive and maybe like save yourself a lot of time down the road. So all of that to say that I was like, you know what? Let me take a step back because I got into it. I was like, I was jiving. I was like, figuring things out.
Level 10, baby.
Problem solving, and I was really liking what I was developing. But I was like, you know what? Let me step back. Let's redo this. So we decided like, let's take the Friday and let's start from scratch. So it was a really cool experience actually because we got to get on together, start from scratch, and have all the considerations that like, okay, like let's really think through this really methodically. Whereas me, I was just kind of bozoing and putzing around. So I thought it was a cool experience. I really enjoyed it. And just the aspect of like taking a Friday off because I haven't planned any vacations other than my upcoming Hawaii trip. And so I was like, this is not Ken. Okay, Ken takes 30 days off a year if she can help it, okay? Right now I only have like a week on the books. I was like, I can't have my job out here getting the most out of me with no PTO on the books. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take a Friday off and see what it do. And it was just nice to like not have to be at work.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I can like flex my schedule well enough where it's like, okay, I can make I usually make Fridays really easy days for me, where I can be in bed, I can be watching TV. I'm just like doing kind of more like administrative, like weekend closing type of work. This time I was like, you know what? Let me just take the full day off and I don't have to worry about that nonsense. So it was really nice. And yeah, we were able to do, and I feel like it was a good team building exercise to start from scratch in that way. So
That's cool.
Yeah, I had a good week. The other thing I wanted to say was you had mentioned that you upgraded your flight. So for Hawaii, again, I'm also like a direct route type of girly. And so I was like, I need a direct flight. But it's not the cheapest flight. Direct flights sometimes are not the cheapest flights. And as I like to fly first, which apparently, even though Hawaii feels like it's in another world because you're flying for so long, it's actually not. So it's a domestic first class.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is domestic.
So I booked my flight and I basically was like, I can't bring myself to financially burden myself with first class tickets. So I booked premium out there and then I booked first class back because the airline has like a business class international configuration for the flight to like we're starting in Honolulu, which I think because it's a bigger airport, it just has like a larger airplanes going there. So business class configuration there. So they actually have like this pseudo premium economy setup, even though it's a domestic flight. Whatever. That ticket, I was like, okay, I'll be premium economy on my way out there. But then coming back, it's similar to when we went to Hawaii and it was like just like a first class economy cabin configuration. Nice. So I was like, I will at least give myself the grace of like coming back on first class. But man, if I haven't been looking every single day, like what's the upgrade option? What's the upgrade option? So I go into the app, it tells me the upgrade option is $1,300. I'm like, that's too much. I can't do that to myself. But I had set up alerts and the overall ticket was cheaper than what it would have cost for me to upgrade. So I decide to be proactive. Again, I'm going to have some agency. I'm going to see what's possible, right? And if it can happen, it can happen. So I call my airline. I'm like, hey, I have this flight. I want to upgrade, but the app's telling me this price. But if I were to cancel my ticket and rebook it, it would be cheaper for me overall. Girl, and they worked with me.
I love that.
They actually, and it ended up being the same price as advertised. And I didn't have to go cancel it and risk that like I've lost my seat, I've lost the flight, it skyrockets. No, they just upgraded me. So now I've made first class happen, people. I'm so proud of myself. And I'm really excited. We've talked about this a million times. I want to, our stepmom, let me back up. Our stepmom, okay, idol, okay. There are two credos by which I live by. Mm-hmm. One is what would Rihanna do? The other is what would our stepmom do? Mm-hmm. And when our stepmom graduated from law school, and she told me the story, she told herself that as a gift to herself, she was never going to do her own hair again. She gets her hair done. She lets someone else do that. And I love that she took on this flex for herself.
Yes.
And so when I graduated from university, I said something similar to myself. I was like, I'm also never going to get my own hair, do my own hair. I've gone back on that because I got into doing anyway, it doesn't matter. But anyways, I love the idea of like rewarding your success or where you are at in a stage of your life by saying like, you know what, this is just like, I'm in this new standard for myself.
Yeah.
And so there's this really inherent part of me that wants to adopt that for I'm never flying coach again.
Yeah, I know. We said it. We were speaking it into existence, but sometimes it's very hard.
It's very hard.
$1,300. Oh shit. I mean, I'm wasteful, but I gotta roll it back a little bit.
It's especially the disparity, and like you need the disparity because not everybody can.
Yeah, exactly. Like when we went to
Florida,
everyone can afford VIP. That's actually making it trash. So we always say cheap enough that I could afford it, but not so cheap that other people can.
Exactly. So I'm trying to really bring this into existence because one, I don't need to excuse myself, but like travel is something that like I really want to prioritize for myself. This might be my only trip this year, and so I was like, I'm going to
make it happen. I have two things to say about what would our stepmom do.
Yeah,
two distinct, additions, maybe three. One.
She's also a monster when it comes to being particular and liking things.
She's also so funny because she is like so. Imagine a person who orders so much online from Neiman Marcus like it's nothing, and then orders a pair of gold sparkly shoes from like Temu. You're like, this gap in which she lives is so hilarious. And like, I also at one point decided that I'm successful enough where I don't want to straighten my own hair. I hate doing it. I've also rolled back a little, not for cost, but because sometimes it's just hard to get an appointment. And I like to straighten it before I travel, and I don't have enough time to do that. I also think that when we were in Paris, I don't know if this is appropriate, but you brought your Rolex with you. And I was like, I get nervous sometimes. Like, I have my 22 karat gold earrings that I got from India, which are very hard to secure. And I want to wear them because they're, but I worry about losing them. And they're like a really expensive pair of earrings. And you said, well, I brought it because I have to think about what would our stepmom do. Like she would wear her nice watch and that also makes me think like, you have to enjoy things. I don't want my stuff to sit atop an ivory tower hidden behind a piece of glass. Like I want to wear it and enjoy it. So I really like that.
I probably wouldn't leave it in the hotel safe.
Well, yeah.
But
I could wear it and not be so concerned about it. So I totally agree. She's also the one that taught me, I've said this before, I think about her in the back of my head when we were in her car. It was after a long day she had work. I was traveled in. I think it was when one of our brothers got injured. I don't remember what was happening. They was all acting crazy, I think. And we're sitting in the car, and we have a standard in our family that the boys open the doors for us. And it was a long day, so both of our brothers had gone inside without opening our stepmom's door. So she sat there in the car. And as she said, no, they're going to have to come back and open my door. I said, we are going inside? She's like, no. She's like, you gotta be patient, sweetie. And I wasn't patient at that moment. I was like, girl, you crazy. I gotta want to get out of this motherfucking car. But I think about that in my head sometimes when like, you're at the grocery store and you're like, well, which line's shorter? Like, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need to. What am I doing? It's a Sunday after. Well, it's two extra minutes with the anxiety that I'm giving myself. Yeah. So one more thing. In Kentucky, that's the other thing I realized. They don't have that Southern gentleman disposition. Nary a door was open for me. I was like, what's going on here, sweetie? I'm touching door handles in the South? Oh, ghetto. Because, we are the type that when we go somewhere, we don't even, well, first of all, we fight over who's going to open the door, but we also always use the automatic doors. We both stop because you want me to open the door for you, and we both stop and we say, the door. See who caves first. And where were we shopping where you were like, the door, and I was like, hey, I'm here for your clothes shopping trip, so you get the door. No, you die first.
Banana Republic.
Yes, whatever. But yeah, we sit there and argue over who's gonna open the door. But I'll use the automatic doors. I'm so not touching door handle. I don't know what it is about. I just like make things up.
It's so funny because when we were younger, we used to fight over who would press the elevator button. And now it's like that's a servant's job.
I'm here to clock in for my shift. Anyways, yeah.
I know. I won't use self-checkout because it's like I don't work here.
Yes.
Stop making me an employee. Stop trying to make me an employee. I don't care if I have one item. I'm not going through self-checkout, okay?
No. And, I'm not clocking in for my shift. What the fuck? So, kind of adjacent to that, I was thinking about you're taking that day off. How that would be really nice because sometimes it's like you get maybe a day to do things you wouldn't be able to do. Yeah. And I was telling a friend recently, I was like, I'm such like a methodical person in sometimes a bad way. Like I've needed to get my eyebrows done for weeks, okay?
Oh my God,
but
same.
if I get my eyebrows done, here's the way my brain works. I need to go first when the eyebrow place opens at 10. Because one, I don't want to wait. Second, I always want to go on the weekend because that's when I have free time. So I need to go at 10. We podcast at 12:30. So I can't go after we podcast even though I have plenty of time because now I've already put my makeup on for the day, okay? I can't have getting the hairs all over my face after I've already done my makeup and gone ready. Yeah. So now that I've missed my 10 o'clock window 7 weeks in a row, I haven't gotten my eyebrows done. And I feel like if I had a Friday off, I could make it happen.
Same.
Oh my God, did you just hear the way I said happen?
Happen.
Ken and I were talking today, like, I don't know, sometimes, especially when I get tired, but naturally we have this weird accent. for certain words, and like I hear it, and like I'll say something, I'll be like, dude, you're so annoying. Why do you talk like that?
I had a friend clock me for balance.
Yeah, and so I know I say it that way. So when we were talking today, you said balance. I was like, okay. I thought maybe I was doing some weird bit that I didn't like fully understand within myself, like why I started talking like that. But then I heard you say, I was like, no, there's something there. There's a cot merger that we need to discover.
Yeah, I had a friend in college ask me, like, why do you say balance like that? I'm like, what do you mean? Balance. Like, balance. Like, that's just how you say balance. He's like, why you put balance in it?
But like, I obviously know it's balance, but like when I'm in conversation, it just comes out balanced.
First of all, did you understand me? Okay, then shut the fuck up. Okay, because it don't matter.
I reminds me when like dad says Tuesday. I don't know why it sounds so weird.
It sounds like, so weird.
Tuesday. Why are you saying it like that? Tuesday. What's wrong with you?
What he said? Champs-Élysées.
What?
The champs.
The Champs-Élysées. Well, to be fair, no one is as French as we are.
No one's as annoying as we are. The Champs-Élysées.
And we can't let it go either. Like, why would any normal person know a Champs-Élysées? And especially our dad from the well, not especially our dad, but I knew dad would not know how to say Champs-Élysées. I just would not assume he would know how to say that.
We knew what he meant.
Yeah, but Champs-Élysées, that's crazy, bro. Like, that's insane.
That's because he set the precedent. No one is safe in our family.
It's true.
Okay? That man will roast anybody.
At any time. The worst time of your life.
You gotta really build a thick skin in our family because no one's safe. We will beat the dead horse. We will be bringing it up years later. We'll be clowning you at your funeral.
We'll force you to eat a million orange Welch's fruit snacks and not feel bad because you should stand up for yourself. So this is your house. Like, yeah, so it's speaking of which, when I had my layover at DFW, I forgot how it came up, but I ran into an airport worker who we spoke French, and he said just a little bit because I'll say what did I say? Je parle français un peu, and then after that. They speak. I lost it. Je ne comprends pas quand on parle avec moi. So I just don't understand when you say something back. And he was like, the way that you speak, like I would have thought you were fluent. I was like, everyone does.
Yeah.
They really get that
pronunciation.
Le prononciation.
Madame Keys would be so happy.
Oh.
I know.
Oh. Okay. I haven't watched a lot of C-dramas recently.
I know.
I told you, I've actually lost the taste for it.
Wow.
Just because I had to take a break because I had so much to do. And now when I scroll past them, they're not drawing me in the same way.
That's good for you.
No, it's horrible. Well, actually, it probably is good. My screen time's way down.
Speaking of things that we're watching, so I've been, as you remember, I've been in the trenches of finishing up Salt Lake City, finished that whole series. Then was like, let me go back to Potomac. But Potomac is so friggin' boring. I'm just like, ugh, whatever. Waiting for Rhode Island to start, which I did start, haven't finished. We'll
talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week because there will be 2 episodes. I think it airs on Mondays. So this weekend, and I've been trying to have my husband and I like watch things together, even though like reality TV is something you can put on in the background. We can both hang out and do, play video games or do whatever else we want to. I read my manga, my manhwa, while we watch something. So this past weekend, we decided to watch one of the Spider-Man movies that I didn't even know I hadn't seen.
Which one was it? No Way Home?
Yeah.
Yep, that one. Why do you know the name of that?
I know everything about everything. I have some funny stories I'll tell about the way I can guess what people are thinking.
I can't remember any of the Spider-Man Homecoming.
Our favorite game of who sings this song.
But I love a little Tom Holland. So I love that I actually enjoyed the movie. I do enjoy Spider-Man, love Zendaya, Tom Holland, and then they brought back Tobey Maguire. I didn't realize that Mary Jane doesn't exist in every iteration of Spider-Man, that there's a Gwen Stacy. Why do people know things like this? I don't understand. People just know stuff.
I go through wiki holes.
So it was actually a really good. They brought back so many people, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he was the Green Goblin. Oh yeah, he was Doc Ock."
Yeah.
So that was an enjoyable film.
I also haven't seen No Way Home yet.
It was good.
Yeah, I should watch it. I actually don't think I've seen any of those Spider-Man movies. I've
That's
seen
disappointing
part of the one where where Mary Jane learns that he's Spider-Man.
Okay.
And I think I saw
the
that
last
on a
one.
plane. Well, no, that's not. Is that No Way Home? No, No Way Home is the one where.
No Way Home is the most recent one.
Yeah.
The one before it was
Far From Home.
Far From. Okay, this is why. How
Yeah,
are we supposed
exactly.
to keep
No
it
Way Home,
straight?
Far From Home. What are you talking about right now? Don't play me.
Homecoming. Okay, we get it. You're home.
Wow, it's real maison based.
I feel like I can't. So, and this is what blows my mind about these movies. It's like, okay, are you telling me Tobey Maguire had 3 Spider-Man films?
Yeah.
Are you telling me Andrew Garfield had
2?
2. Okay. See,
I think
that's
he had 2.
too many films.
Well, see, I think the other thing is that like they are doing these remakes for each generation. So like for me, it's like Tobey Maguire was the Spider-Man that I grew up with. I didn't really care about the Andrew Garfield ones because
I already see the title.
Tobey Maguire's my Spider-Man.
See, but I didn't even know that Gwen Stacy was different than Mary Jane. I thought it was just remaking.
Well, she was blonde, so I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, but I'm like, oh, they're just remaking the same thing. But like, no,
They're telling a different version of the story.
Now there's completely different universes.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, as someone who's just interested in movies, it's like, I'm just like, oh, they're remaking them.
Yeah.
Because that's what it comes off as to me.
Yes.
Because this man is playing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This woman is his love interest. That is what Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man
And it's going to follow the same, his bestie is going to try to get engaged to her, but maybe not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then you get into the Miles Morales. Now, I really like Spider-Man as a character, so realizing that these are actually all like independent Spider-Verses, I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty interesting. Maybe I'll go back and rewatch.
I should watch the Tom Holland ones, but you know I don't, because he really annoyed me in Civil War. I was like, I actually don't know if I can sit through a whole movie with that Mr. Sunshine's your band ass attitude. Like if that's what it's fucking like, I don't want to fucking see that shit at all. But I do love Tom Holland.
I really like them.
I think
really like Tom
also
Holland.
Your husband has said before that they're the most comic book accurate, and I repeat that to people when they talk bad about the movies I've never seen. I'm like, well, comic book readers think they're the most comic book accurate. One person said that to me one time, and I roll with it like it's facts. So, you know what I turned on recently? Oh, guess.
Infinity War.
Yes. I had a moment. I was like, it's been a while. Maybe I'll put on some Infinity War.
Everything in me after we watched the Spider-Man to not just go back to, first of all, I did Winter Soldier. Okay. Then I do Civil War. Then I do Infinity War. I skip Black Panther.
Yeah.
Because it just makes me sad. But I do Infinity War and then Endgame.
Endgame, and honestly, I would like to skip the first hour of Endgame. Let me tell you, my opinions haven't changed; they've just gotten stronger. Like I'm sitting here, I'm watching together, like, okay, the very beginning, Thor losing everyone right away. His planet just blown up. And I'm like, oh, here we go. We got to watch Thor put in work while Wanda tries to save fucking Vision, and Captain saying, well, it's just one life shouldn't do that, but it should matter. Really?
Oh my God.
It should matter more than half the universe. You're fucking insane. Wanda's up there what's her name? Shuri is messing around with Vision's stone. And the strongest one there, just sitting there biting her nails over her boyfriend while everyone is there. The fucking Wakandan's dying. So that I'm like, this is actually, and then I will say, this is why I'm on Thanos' side, because he was willing to give up everything for what he believed in. You couldn't even give up one person, one semi-person, one one barely a person.
Robot.
Yeah, actually, you did fucking deserve it. And then I was thinking about what you said about the snapback. Like, oh, imagine you snap back, and now you're back at your house, and your husband's remarried, and he has new kids. Like, what about, you said, what about all the people that killed themselves because they lost their whole family?
Yeah.
What about, it's like, so it ain't just bringing those people back 5 years later. That's actually might be more traumatizing.
Yep.
Like, oh.
And you know what? I will say this. I was talking about Infinity War and Endgame while I was watching the Spider-Man movie, because guess what? Spider-Man's still stupid. Still making dumbass decisions. Yep. Over here, like, no, they could be good people. We have to save them. First of all, Doctor Strange is like, no, you can't fucking mess with time. You can't mess with memories. Don't fuck up this spell. What does Spider-Man do? Did you not learn anything from Tony Stark's death?
Anything.
Did you learn nothing from your own snap away? Like, I can't.
I had to ask you, what do they call it? A theoretical question?
Hypothetical?
Hypothetical. Oh my God, I'm fucking stupid
Both?
sometimes.
Sometimes?
It might be.
Hypothetical
Yeah,
and
it's hypothetical more than theoretical. My glasses are so dirty. Okay, I wonder if we talked about this before. I think we might have it in brief, but I ask people this question.
Okay.
And every single time I give the answer, people look at me like I'm fucking insane.
Oh, you've asked me this before. I know what you're going to say.
Okay,
would I kill you? Yeah.
No, not would you kill me.
Oh. Would I let you die?
Yeah. For a million other people's lives. Like when they
to be quite honest, actually, hold on. Pose the question.
Okay, the question is, Let's imagine a scenario where to use Mission Impossible. Now, I don't have TC skills, so I'm probably not going to be in this position. But they say, give me the nuclear codes, or I'm going to kill. For me, it'd be like my sister or my mom. You know, goodbye, Ken. I don't know what to say. Like, and you're my favorite person in the entire world. If you die, I'm killing myself immediately, and I'm jumping into your casket with you. Or the furnace, whatever, which way you decide to go. Okay. I'm not living without you. So, fine. But I'm like, I can't take away a billion other people's sisters from them to save my sisters, the way I think about it, like that. And I also feel like, I don't know if you'd want that on your head. Like, well, then we're all dying anyway, so now this enemy has the nuclear codes. So what do you think in this situation? It's me in a basement, gun to my head, or they're gonna blow up the subway station in Charles de Gaulle Airport or something. You giving them the nuclear codes?
I mean, honestly, I can understand, like, probably I'm gonna let you die, but also, I don't know. People suck. Like, you know, am I actually just helping? Maybe.
Yeah, I get it. It's like, but the moral dilemma is like, what? I mean, it ain't over after I give them the codes.
Here's the thing, though. Let's say it's not you. Let's say it's just random people, right? The trolley problem, right? 100 kids, or what is it?
Well, this isn't a problem. If it's a kids versus adults things, I don't see the hope in the future.
Thing? Like, it's like your family member, and then like, or you save 100 people or whatever. I don't know. I probably. People are swayed by like the crowd size, and it's like, well, I don't know.
I think I would be swayed by the crowd size a little bit, and if it's a distinct event, like a nuclear code thing, that's different than this trolley's going to go off the tracks. That's a one-time event. I could live with those deaths maybe, but the nuclear codes is like that's like an outcome that you don't even know what it is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, objectively, I'm going to let you die.
Yeah,
to be quite honest.
Do you know the amount of people that are like, no, I'm letting everyone die, and I'm saving my mom. I'm like, okay. Yeah. But what about all those other 2 million people? Their moms, they have moms or they are a mom. Well, I don't care. I need to save my mom. Like, you know what? The fact that so many people answer that way, maybe I am. But how am I the evil one? Because I said, my mom's got to go. I'm sorry. They think I'm crazy. Anyways.
I've lived a good enough life, you know?
You know, actually, how would I kill myself and then I don't have to make the decision at all? What about that?
Uno reverse jigsaw.
Exactly. Actually, you don't know I know this hack.
After we watched Spider-Man No Way Home, I got into the same inclination of like, I need to go and watch Winter Soldier, but I knew I would be going down a full-on rabbit hole of me pretty much hate watching the series at this point because I've watched it so many times and I'm so pissed off at everyone. So instead, what we ended up doing was decided like there are a few Disney princess films and just Disney films that my husband had never seen.
Which ones?
So we started with Brave, and then I had never seen Raya, and neither had my husband. So we watched that. And then he had never seen Big Hero 6.
I've also never seen that.
Okay, let's watch that. I've seen them. They've
Have you seen Coco? I haven't seen that one.
Oh, and I watched Encanto.
I saw that one in the movie theaters. Good. It was really. I actually saw that on a date. I think it was our second date.
Oh.
I was crying in this theater. It was so good. I tried to like secretly tears like streaming. Like, you know me, I don't like emotion or cry, but I'm crying bad in this fucking theater. I'm like.
What triggered you?
I don't know. It's a while since I saw it. Probably the emotions of like feeling like she's an outsider from her family, that she's trying so hard, and like the unmet expectation, and like, you know, like the family dynamics could be really triggering for me in a good or a bad way. Yeah. Like I can relate to, I forgot what I was watching. Oh, I was editing when I was looking through our cut ins and outs, and that C-drama I really liked because it was sisters. And like anything the book that I was just reading for book club, there was one moment in it, they have a terrible sisters relationship actually, especially towards the end, but there was one moment where the sister called her other sister and she's like, oh, I just saw this commercial for like NASA in the 80s is looking for like women to join, and that she ended up joining, and she was like, oh, it's because you called me and said that. I was just like, I did. But that moment was like so sweet to me because like I can relate very well to like having a good sister. And I was just like, I can't imagine when people don't have good siblings and, or good relationships. It's like, we're so lucky. And especially because we didn't always get along. And I think that surprises people. Like, when I tell them, like, you and your sister weren't always close. I was like, no.
Blood, sweat, and tears to get us here.
Yeah. And now I moved
You're throwing yourself into the furnace
I got
after
a new nail lady because you wanted me to move here. I never thought I could do that. Remember you called me, Cody, you said, you should move. I said, I can't leave Emily. You said, who's Emily? Oh my God, your nail lady? I'm like, yeah, I can't leave her. But I did, so.
You did. I thought Encanto was so good, and it was I feel like it's one of the recent movies where it actually had a musical score to it. Like, what I love about Mulan, what I love about The Lion King, what I love about these Disney films is that they have the musical soundtrack, and I thought the Encanto soundtrack was so good.
Yeah.
And I also thought it was very heartwarming.
It was very heartwarming.
So I really enjoyed that movie. Raya was also really good. My husband fell asleep during that.
What's Raya about?
Raya is about a young woman living in a world where there's been this plague that they've been staving off because of the charm that a dragon places on the world. And then it divides like the nation, and they decide like they want to be holding on to this dragon stone or whatever that's keeping the plague out. They end up shattering it, and that causes like the plague to come back. And so she's going about trying to regain the pieces that they all took to end this plague because her father got caught up in it as well. And the dragon is played by Awkwafina. So
I'm not going to watch that movie.
Unfortunately, I realized that as I was watching it. I was like, oh, God.
Boo, boo, stop casting Awkwafina.
But it was a pretty cool world building film, honestly.
That is cool. You know what movies are really good? Well, a lot of these movies are good. The Croods and How to Train Your Dragon. Those are some really good. Actually, I should rewatch those. How to Train Your Dragon. How to
Train Your Dragon's so good.
And also the second one is really good too. Yeah. I was like, oh dang, I didn't expect the sequel to be hitting like that.
Yeah. It was just nice to have a weekend where we could like chill out in bed, watch some cool like
I'm trying to get
Disney
like
stuff.
that.
Disney Plus really be vibing. I was also watching this. It was James Cameron, but Sigourney Weaver narrates it, and it was like about whales. I was
yeah, James Cameron and his deep sea diving exploration.
Oh my God,
obsession.
It would get to the end. I'm like, I don't give a shit about you. And
I don't care about his personal life. You can keep things private. So speaking of Disney Plus, I get Hulu through T-Mobile, I think, and I did cancel it because when they fired Jimmy Kimmel, and then anyways, this whole thing. And I decided I wanted to watch Infinity War, and they're supposed to be linked, I thought. So in my Hulu, there was no Infinity War. Best believe I went straight to Disney Plus and signed up. Once I got the itch, I was like, if I don't watch Infinity War, and they have Black Panther on Hulu, so I'm like, where is Avengers Infinity War? So anyways, I'm back on Disney Plus, baby.
Yeah, that's the superior interface anyway.
It is a superior interface. Actually, Hulu's, I have HBO Max, which has Prometheus on it. I want to watch. I love Prometheus. But they play ads in the middle of your movies and show. The show's fine, but in the middle of the movies, it'll go to an ad. I can't watch. Actually, I should cancel it because I can't. Hulu, at least it uses ads, and then it plays the movie. Who wants their movie interrupted by an ad? What the fuck is going on?
That's diabolical.
It is diabolical. So
on your HBO?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like watching Prometheus, relaxing on the couch. All of a sudden, Cymbalta. It's like what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here! I'm trying to watch Noomi Rapace. Anyways, so
dude, I feel like we had this conversation where someone was talking to me about Monty Python, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I've never seen that.
I ain't never seen that. I don't know what that is. But they had never seen the Alien movies. I was like, first of all, stop with this 1950s.
Yeah, everyone has a weird stuff. You've never seen that? I'm like, trust me, you ain't seen half the shit I've fucking seen, okay? So
you need to go watch Alien. Then you need to watch Aliens. Then you need to watch Alien 3. You could probably skip Alien 4, but you gotta get into the Michael Fassbender era of it all.
Definitely gotta get into some Prometheus and some Covenant.
Because that shit is so fucking good.
Prometheus is what? Like a top tier, we're rehashing all shit. All right. I think overall, what are we talking about this week? Kentucky sucks. No. Kentucky doesn't suck.
Kentucky was
surprising in a bad way. I was shocked, honey, in tears.
Surprising to
Surprising, derogatory, exactly. I say so many things. I'm like, you're bad at your job. Non-derogatory. Did I tell you that I was somewhere, this guy came up, he's like, yeah, it's because, people think I'm pretty dull.
Yes,
and
you
I
did
said,
tell me.
you are.
You are dull. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Well, the person
You're not a bad person.
That was me. And I said, he's the one that said it. I was agreeing with him. I was like, I went up to him and said I thought he was dull.
She don't even know she's looking, bro.
Anyways, okay. So, Kentucky, surprising, derogatory.
I talked about nonsense.
I don't even know. We talked about some nonsense. Okay, well, let's just do our outro. We'll cut all this anyways. But it was good catching up with you this week. I missed you when I was in Kentucky. I miss you all the time. I missed you last night when we were just in the same vicinity. But anyways,
okay.
I don't want to litigate. Thanks.
I can't. I loved watching the Bubs while you were gone.
Oh, my gosh, so cute.
I took so many cute pictures. They were so adorable.
Thanks for watching them.
I love them so much. So it's so nice. I hate when you're gone, but I love when you leave them with me.
I know.
Yeah. So I am looking forward to the week ahead. I know that last we met, I was talking about like my 30-day challenge. It's
a 20-day challenge?
It's a 25-day challenge now.
Get started. Ooh, make a wish. A big old birthday cake.
Okay.
All right.
I'm like, I need to lose 40 pounds.
Tomorrow.
But I am going to get on it.
Yeah, we're going to start our walks.
We're going to start our walks. A little walk and talk.
A little walk and talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, Apple Pay, direct transfer to my bank account, and come back next week for more.
Yeah. Stay pretty.
Stay prideful. Especially if you're a stepmom and black. And yeah, not from Kentucky.
You can Vanessa. Bitch, I'm gonna smell like a motherfucking Tesla.
Hey!
You can't finesse. Bitch, I move smart like a motherfucking Tesla. I'm clutching this Glock, do I look like a wrestler? Get put on your back, tryna act like a flexer. Hold on, wait, this Glock take 'em out like a date. She give me the pussy, I just want the face. Fuck her real good, put the bitch in her place. I'm high in the bitch, but my mind up in space.